Okay, good morning. There are 10 students agreed to present their proposals today. I just remind you, this is before the last day. The last final date of the presentation will be the next Sunday. After that, you have to submit your proposal. Officially, you could submit to the final proposal. But again, I just remind you, you are not allowed to submit the final proposal even if you have not presented at least one presentation for this type of sessions, because we have started the presentation sessions from since the last month. Therefore, a lot of sessions that we have completed, and a few students, they have presented 2 times or 3 times, some students, and but according to the list I have found, there are few students not submitted at least one presentation. Okay, we'll see that today's presentation, and after that we'll finalize the list for final submission. Okay, there are few number 23 agreed to present, number 33, number 38, 39, 41, 42, 51, 53, 55, 61 and 63 and 72 agreed to present their proposals today. But there are only few students are online, and anyone, there are few students in front of me. Yes, do you like to present? Yes, number 20? Okay, 23, Mohatti. Yes, okay. Mr. Mohatti is ready to present. We'll see that, yes, come. No, you have to come here, no? Yes, that's okay. Yes, okay, start.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. Today, my research proposal is based on the working capital management, special reference to the government-owned manufacturing corporations in Sri Lanka. Generally, the government-owned corporations depend on the treasury funds, but according to the categorization of the general treasury, some government of corporations totally survive from the treasury, and other service related government organizations partly treasury provide partly working capital to the day-to-day activities, and commercial business related organization government corporations not survive on own funds. Actually, I select this subject, the topic, because of the most of the government corporations in past few years became uh, uh, survival problem according to the Department of Department of Public Enterprises reports. Therefore, according to the categorization of the public enterprises department, basically manufacturing manufacturing process uh, uh, manufacturing related government corporations survive from own fund. Therefore, I select only 10 corporations, but due to the limitation of the collecting information, I selected as a sample for government manufacturing related corporations to my study. My research problem is whether there is a relationship between working capital management and financial performance of the government-owned manufacturing corporation of Sri Lanka. I try to uh, the objective of my study is to identify the relationship between working capital management and financial performance of government-owned manufacturing corporation. In addition to that, I try to find out the effect of the different part of the working capital components of the government entities to the financial performance. In addition to that, I try to find out what is the relationship between the liquidity and profitability of the government-owned manufacturing corporation. In addition to that, there are a number of literature review part reviews past researchers done lot of research regarding this matter in Sri Lanka also and worldwide. Uh, the methodology. I use methodology as a methodology. I select 4 companies, especially manufacturing organizations, state pharmaceutical corporations, state pharmaceutical manufacturing corporation, state printing corporation, and Ayurvedic drug corporation as a sample for the year 2010 to 2015. I cover 5 years financial statement and annual reports to my uh, data set. Uh, then I select 9 variables to find out what is the relationship between corporate financial performance and working capital management, especially debtors, creditors, payable period and turnover, and as inventory turnover, then liquidity and current ratio and quick ratio. In addition to that, cash conversion cycle as a independent factors, independent variables. I measure the corporate financial performance through the return on total assets. It is a dependent variable. Then I develop hypotheses to understand what is the relationship between these working capital components and corporate financial performance, and I develop 4 hypotheses regarding that my study. I use analytical to analyze this uh, relationship. I use quantitative analysis method to verify the relationship, especially correlation and regression method to find out and reach my research objectives. In addition to that, I mentioned the references list regarding this subject matter. And thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you very much, Monty. Now, the overall the topic is okay, impact of working capital management on financial performance in government manufacturing corporations in Sri Lanka. But I don't think that this government-owned manufacturing corporation, you should delete that own government manufacturing corporations in Sri Lanka. And overall, now the problem is whether there is a relationship between working capital management on financial performance, that is okay, and objectives is okay, but you have to mention the conceptual framework here, but you have not mentioned, but you explain that conceptual framework and the variables, that is okay, but you should in the proposal it should be presented as a conceptual framework, independent and independent variables, and it is very easy to understand the others that what type of work that you have to do. And hypothesis and analysis used variables that you have mentioned, yes, clear, and other part is okay. Okay, I allow you to submit. You submit the final one to the Dropbox. Okay, thank you very much. And next presentation, Dasun, number 51. Mohan Sundaram.
Yes.
Mohana Sundaram.
Mohan.
Mohan Sundaram. Next presentation, number 51.
Good morning, sir. Good morning, sir. My topic is property valuation in Sri Lanka market and the valuation method in accounting. Most of in Sri Lanka, the property valuation is not making properly and they're not accounting. So most properly I selected this one. Then Sri Lanka knows the actual standard for the property valuation in Sri Lanka. The different the island wide the different method they using for own method. The government not implementing the most proper rules for the valuation in Sri Lanka, and as well the valuation department also not introducing the standard valuation property, especially the condominium properties, and the land property in Sri Lanka. And the main thing I selected for this one is the most of the accounting when you evaluate and accounting in Sri Lanka audit reporting, they are not the different property valuation because they are not the actual standard. They are not implementing in the actual standard. So if you get the condominium, especially the condominium property in Sri Lanka, the property valuation is different. They're not common rules main standard for this. The government also not implementing the standard software or any property valuation method. They want introduce still not. So therefore, I select this topic to analyze the last 5 years for the valuation department. Still not implement any new softwares or any new property rules and regulation in Sri Lanka. The main thing is the limitation of the problem of the study is the government not introducing any new softwares to identify the property valuation, especially the condominium. So the island wide they not introduce the standard price for the valuation, property valuation. I think is the other problem is the lack of financial for this one, and they're taking the most time consumption for evaluating the property. And I think is that government also not introduce any software to island wide, because it will take the most time after valuation. It will new, if you the new properties, new development infrastructure is coming. That's why it is difficult to introduce new software. The thing is, the other thing is, my methodology, I select some sample. Last 5 years, the evaluation department in Sri Lanka, how they implement the new rules and the new method for evaluating or limiting the property price in Sri Lanka, especially in developed areas in island wide. In addition to I collect some data from the education department and the government organizational and the as well as the private sectors, so how they introduce and how they evaluating the property and reevaluating the property and every year or every few years and accounting the audit report. That's
Yeah, overall, this is not a research proposal. Mohan Sundaram, now research proposal is, but I don't know whether that you have followed that our guidelines so far, that now in the 14th lecture that I do. Therefore, if you follow that all lectures, that you should prepare the better proposal, at least the guideline, fundamental guideline. We know that there is a software missing, there's a problem, that is the findings. But you present only the finding, not the research. Research means that you have to do a research first. And yeah, now in your case, your one is and say that valuation of the property valuation in Sri Lanka market and valuation method in accounting. Property, the valuation in Sri Lanka companies in Sri Lanka. That is your topic. Then what you have to do is you you have to collect that few 10, 15 or 20, 25 financial statement and see whether that their valuation is correct or wrong. That is your research. You have to do a research and find whether it is wrong or correct. Otherwise, you cannot say, no, 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 it is wrong, it is wrong, it is wrong. That's your assumption. I am an accountant, then I could say, no, it is correct. Why you say that incorrect? Everyone say, yes, it is correct. Then you have to do a research, that property valuation method in Sri Lanka market. And you have to propose that finally, you have to propose a software or correct methodology. Therefore, your objective, the statement of problem, you have to, and also you have to prove. Now, no research article cited anywhere. I can see that statement of problem, nothing. Significant of study, nothing. No research article referred here. Methodology, nothing. You just write something and 2 references only. It is a master level thesis, master level proposal. I am not allow you to continue your proposal. Therefore, you have to resubmit. And if you have time, please represent next week. This is not enough for the master level research proposal. Next one. Number 33. Anyone in front of me? No. Govinda. number 38.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Are you ready?
And yes, sir. I'm here. So my topic is the value
No,
relevance
no,
of
wait, wait,
financial
wait.
statement.
Is that Govinda?
Yes, sir.
Please switch on the microphone.
Yes.
Okay, start now.
So my topic is the value relevance of financial statement information of listed bank in Colombo Stock Exchange. Most of time, stakeholders use financial statement and other disclosures of their investing decisions. Value relevance is being defined as the availability of information disclosed by financial statement to capture and summarize firm value. If there is no relationship between firm value and numbers in their financial statement, such statement have no value relevance. If the financial statement lost the value relevance, nobody will have an interest of them. Further, according to the agency theory, managers don't all the time take decisions to maximize shareholders' value. Therefore, the relationship between ownership concentration as a mechanism to influence managers and value relevance of accounting information is worth of extreme. And my research problem is how does the financial statement information relevance to firm value? This study examines the relative value relevance of the financial information of the banks listed in Columbus Stock Exchange. Investors rely on accounting information in their pricing of shares, and companies which provide good equity information have their quality. Investors in developed countries are keen on the financial information of the intent investing companies, so that the investigation of the value relevance on financial information with relevant to stock price in important matter for the developing countries like Sri Lanka. My objectives of study is number one, identify accounting information which is more relevant for equity value of banks listed companies, bank listed in Colombo Stock Exchange, and second one is find out their relationship exist between accounting information and share price of listed banking in Colombo Stock Exchange. Then justification is investors in developed countries are keen on the financial information of intent investing companies, so that investigation of the value relevance on financial information with relevant to the stock price is important matter for developing countries like Sri Lanka. And my methodology is the study cover period of 5 years from 2011 to 2015 and secondary data used for the purpose of the study, including accounting information sourced from annual reports of banks listed in Colombo Stock Exchange and data related to market share price sourced from the official website of CEE. For the purpose of examining value relevance of accounting information on the share price of bank, regression model and collective analysis use. Correlation analysis use. I have identified two hypotheses. Number one is value relevance of accounting information of the significant influence of share price of bankers listed in Colombo Stock Exchange, and second one is value relevance of accounting information significantly correlated with share price of bank sector listed in Columbus Stock Exchange. And independent variables are earning per share, bank value per share, book value per share, return on equity and asset turnover ratio. And dependent variable is firm value.
Okay, continue.
So that's all for.
Okay, now overall, you have an idea to do a research. One is the value relevance of financial statement information from listed stock prices in Sri Lanka. Information of. Okay, now first of all, you must prove that, justify that there is a problem by stock prices, value relevance, whether that value relevance has not influence or influences. But you have not mentioned here in the introduction that there is a problem. How do you say that there is a problem?
Sorry?
How do you say that there is a problem? Value
For
relevance?
decision making. Yeah. For, for decision making for stakeholders.
Yes, stakeholders.
How,
They have not taken that this information. How do you say? How do you say that? How do you confirm that there is a problem? No answer. Okay, then you
so
have to
sometimes
mention here
the
in
market
the.
has some news for investors. Sometimes they don't have dividends and lost their investment money. So therefore, some problem for investor.
No, you have to prove at the introduction level, you have to prove that there is a problem by referring research articles, by referring citations, references, or any other reports.
Sir.
You should say that there is a problem in the market.
Okay,
Information has not taken by the investors, or informations are not enough for investors. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Otherwise, that you cannot create problems. You cannot create problem. Research problem, you should prove it. Okay? Then objective is clear. Okay? And this justification, you should prove that that there is a problem. And methodology, you say that the study cover period of 5 years. Now your conceptual framework say that independent and dependent variable, earning per share, book value, all 5 years. You take all 5 years.
Yes. Yes, sir.
Average of 5 years, or how do you take?
All 5 years, sir. All 5 years. Not average. All 5 years.
All 5 years. Separately.
Separately, sir.
Separately. Then market price of shares?
Separately, sir. I use.
End price or the average price? Market price means that what is the price that you take? You expect to take?
I use end price of market.
Hmm?
End price, sir.
End price.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Earning per share, end end of the date price. That means the 31st March price. Am I correct? Or average price? Which one is correct?
So end
Which one
price.
you take?
End price.
End price.
Yes, sir.
Okay, now you have to prove that problem and write here some citations. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, introduction also now you have to put some citations. Okay,
Right, thank you.
incorporating this my comments and suggestions, and you can submit that final proposal. Okay, thank you very much.
Okay, sir. Thank you very much, sir.
Next one, any student open to submit next time? Next one. Number 72, Rohit. Are you ready? Rohit, are you ready? Number 72, Rohit. Please start. Hello. Oh. 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 അതന്നെ බලමු. එන්න කියන්නකො ලයින් එකට ඉස්සෙල්ලා. Okay, Rohit, can you hear me? You can start now. Rohit, go on. Okay, he has gone. Next presentation, he argued with me a lot of to present today, but microphone is ready, but he has gone now. Okay, now Edri Singh, are you ready for presentation? Edri Singh, number 53. Yes, you can start now. Switch off. Yeah, please switch on your mic, please. Okay.
So can you hear me now?
Yes, okay. Start.
Okay, good morning, sir.
Good morning.
Yes, my research topic is the association between a firm specific characteristic and the quality of disclosure of listed companies in Sri Lanka. If I give the brief introduction of the topics, the focus of evidence on the evaluating financial statements disclosures in annual financial statements, which are published based on the IFRS and the Sri Lankan accounting standards. The main object of financial statements to provide the key economic decisions to get the financial position, performance, and the adaptability of the entity. To meet these, users' financial statement must not comply with the international financial reporting standards, that mean IFRS also. If mainly quality of the reports are measured on the key qualitative characteristic. Those are like relevance, faithful presentation, compatibility, and the understandability. In such relevance and faithful presentations are called fundamental qualities, whilst compatibility and the understandability are enhancing qualities. As this framework qualitative characteristics are attributed that make the information provided in financial statement useful to the users. And the key objective, or the main objective, is to enhance the quality of the financial disclosure of firms listed in the Colombo Stock Exchange before and after adopting international financial reporting standards in Sri Lanka. This study also helped to identify the influence of firms' specific characteristics, which include the profitability, firm size, debt ratios, etc., etc. And further emphasizing of the key research question of this study is whether there is a growth or other improvement in the quality of the financial statements. Improvement in the quality of financial and non-financial disclosures in the annual report in all the listed companies in Sri Lanka before and after adopting IFRS. And the second one, do the firm specific characteristics influence the quality of financial and non-financial information disclosed on the annual report of Sri Lankan listed companies? Hello?
Yes, yes, continue.
Okay. Once we come to the conceptual framework, the variabilities are defined as independent variability like a profitability, leverage, firms, company size, audit firm size, and the control variable will be the company size, and the dependent variable is the quality of the financial statement disclosures. Sample selection and data collection. If I talk about the methodology, this is as at 31st December 2016, there are 295 listed companies in Sri Lanka, also which segregated 20 sectors based on their nature of the business. Yes, nature of the business. Independent variables, normally a few companies characteristically examine on their association with the level of the disclosure compliance to discover if the level of compliance with IFRS by the specific characteristic. Data actually collected from the annual reports, that's mean normally considered on the secondary data. Dependent variables of the study is the quality of the disclosure to make the companies with international accounting standard boards and the IFRS, that is qualitative characteristics like previously I have mentioned. As noted earlier, IS1 specific of disclosures that must be made, but the quality of the disclosure is likely to vary among the companies in the sample. So focus on all those mandatory and voluntary disclosure items and seeks to measure the quality of those disclosures for the listed firms. Hello?
Yes. Then what is your problem? Tell me that simply.
That is whether there is a growth or improvement in the quality of the financial and non-financial disclosure in annual reports. So after the IFRS adoption and before that.
Okay. Then what is your topic? Topic should be?
Firm characteristics and
why that firm characteristics comes to first? That your problem is whether IFRS provide that or the quality of the disclosure requirement of listed companies in Sri Lanka. That is your problem, no?
Yeah.
Whether listed companies provide quality of a disclosure requirement in Sri Lanka. Am I correct?
Of course, yeah.
Then why you put that firm specific characteristics to the topic?
Is like a measurable benchmark, sir.
No, it is
normally.
You can delete this part from the topic. No need. That your
Okay,
topic
sir.
should be. It is very very clear and very simple and understandable. Quality of
Thank you, sir.
disclosure requirement of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Then you have to talk about that quality of the financial statement, the information. Okay. Then after
Okay,
that,
sir.
the problem is whether the listed companies provide required or necessary the necessary disclosure requirement according to the IFRS or any other guidelines.
Okay.
Okay, that is your first part.
Okay.
The second part
Of
is
course, sir. Okay.
when company may bigger and bigger or larger or profit making company or leverage or audit firm size, that the quality of the disclosure may change or not. That is your second problem. That is your second problem. Then concept according to your conceptual framework. Okay. Then go to the
Okay, sir.
second objective is firm's specific characteristics influence us to provide necessary or the disclose of the improve of the financial statement. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Your main problem is the providing disclosure requirement according to the guidelines, IFRS or
IFRS.
any other guidelines.
Yes.
You mix up with all these things, then you cannot say. You say something and hear something. Okay. Now, according to that, you just re-prepare your proposal. The topic should
Right,
be
sir.
only the disclosure, disclose of the quality of the financial disclosure requirement in listed companies in Sri Lanka. But then other objectives, you could say the other parts, company size.
Okay, sir. Sir, is it possible to, sir, get the topic investigation of the investigation between firm specific characteristic and the quality of the disclosure, like that? Is it possible to get the word investigation?
No, your topic, you please follow my words. Your topic should be the quality of disclosure requirement, quality of the financial statement of listed companies in Sri Lanka. That is your topic now.
Yeah.
Quality of financial statement of listed companies in Sri Lanka. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Correct.
Then you have to talk about what is quality. How do you prepare the financial statement according to the quality? Quality means maybe IFRS, maybe Sri Lanka accounting standards, maybe other guidelines, maybe other accepted guidelines in the world.
Okay.
Okay, then you have to find out whether the Sri Lanka listed companies provide quality financial statement or not. That is your main problem. The second problem is, or the second objective is to find out the association between firm specific characteristics and quality of the financial statement. Firm specific characteristics means maybe the company size, maybe the company profitability, maybe the leverage, audit firm size may change the quality or not. That is your second objective. Okay? Understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay.
Understand, sir.
According to that, you have to change the topic, you have to change the objectives, the same thing, but you have to rearrange.
Okay.
Okay?
Yes,
You
sir.
understand? Any problems?
No, sir.
Okay. Don't come with the same in the final presentation.
Sure.
Okay?
Okay, sir.
Okay, then it should be very good proposal. Otherwise that you mix up with all these things. Now what is this model development? What is this index? You are not talking about the index?
Index is a wait for disclosure index, sir. That is kind of measurability of the.
No, you are not talking about the training index. Delete this index. You have to do very simple. You are not doing that the PhD proposal. It is a master level, very simple unit proposal. Therefore, delete this part.
Right.
Sometimes you have taken somewhere this index and other things, but you don't know how to present it. Delete this one. Take the simple part of your proposal and present it. Then everyone can understand. You say somewhere index, somewhere other things. No, delete this one.
All right.
No need the index and everything. That's okay.
Right. Okay, sir.
Okay. Incorporate this my comments and the suggestions
Sure.
and and
Sure.
go to the final presentation. Okay. Thank you very much.
Thank
And next one again, Rohit. Rohit, are you ready? Rohit, switch on your mic, please. Okay. You can start now, Rohit. Can you hear me? Okay. Any presentation, but still Rohit is preparing his
Sir, I'm ready
microphone.
to present, sir. Hello, sir.
Yes.
I'm number 55, sir.
Name?
Silini Singha Gosha.
Singha
Gosha.
Gosha. Singha Gosha. Singha Gosha. Okay. Number 55. Please wait. Okay. Start your presentation.
Good morning, sir. My topic is evaluation of motives of fraud in assessing fraud risk. This research is done by me from the perspective of auditor. The
What is
auditors
that?
activities in
Evaluation of motives and frauds in assessing fraud risk.
evaluation of motives of fraud.
Motives of fraud. What is your objectives? Tell me. Okay.
The main objective of this research is to identify variables of fraud risk factors relating to pressure, incentives, of opportunity and attitude. According to the International Standard of Auditing 240, there is a concept called fraud triangle.
Okay.
Then there are three concepts identify reasons for the frauds. First one is pressure or incentive. Second one is opportunity. And third one is attitude or rationalization. A survey done by Association of Certified Fraud Examiners 2040 estimated that the typical organization lost 5% of its revenue to fraud every year, is approximately $3.7 trillion from the $74 trillion 2013 gross world product. For this reason, this issue of fraud became very important for public accountants, including both internal and external auditors, as there is an increasing demand from the public that they should have adequate skills and ability to assess fraud risk in order to detect the financial statement fraud more effectively. While management developing and establishing an effective system of internal control, the auditor carries the responsibility to plan and perform the audit in order to obtain reasonable assurance that the financial statements are free from material misstatement due to fraud or error. However, due to the complexity of the nature of fraud and various risk factors, they are not easy to detect even though the audit process has been implemented according to the standards. So my problem is to what are the motives influencing client flow fraud? I identify three hypotheses. First one is when a firm sustains more financial pressure, they have more risk of material misstatement due to fraud. The second one is when a firm under weaker internal control environment, management has more opportunities to defraud financial statements. And third one is when more queries about managers' integrity arise, a firm has greater possibility of fraud.
Okay, now it is clear your hypothesis one is that when the firm sustain more financial pressure, they have more risk of material misstatements or duty fraud. One is financial pressure, and the other one is
Yes.
internal control environment.
Opportunity.
The
Yes.
other one is manager more queries about manager integrity. Am I correct?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, when you go to the conceptual framework,
Yes, sir.
is that hypothesis related one is here or any other things?
Yes.
How it comes
Yes,
that first one, the firm sustains more pressure?
more financial pressure, then check whether the company suffer from the more financial pressure. I take independent variables to sales growth rate, capital expenditure as a percentage of total expenditure, net profit margin and dividend payout ratio
These are
from the
the
annual reports.
called the financial pressure,
Yes, sir.
and they have more risk of material mistake due to fraud. Okay. And the second one is weaker internal control environment. How it comes?
Yes, sir. To find out whether the company has better internal control system, I take information from the annual report, from separation of board chairman from the chief executive officer, existence of internal auditor, and a turnover frequency of internal auditor. Such kind of information, sir.
No, it is now when you go to the first one is okay. Now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 variables. you can separately identify in a company 5 variables. But when you go to the second one, separation of board chairman from chief executive officer is a segregation of duty of one. The answer for this one is yes or no, only one. That is actually, I know that the concept is segregation of duties. Segregation
Yes,
of duties only for only one. Yeah, you have mentioned only one. Board chairman from chief executive officer. Only segregation duty is one. This is not a very good sound internal control system in a company. Sound internal control means segregation of duties, not only from the board chairman, from the CEO. There are a lot of segregation of duties should be in an organization. Okay? Therefore, you have
yes,
to
sir.
check segregation of duties, that is the variable. You take that the variable as only segregation of duties.
Okay, sir,
Okay?
I can understand.
No,
Okay, sir.
then you have to take that many segregation of duty. Even in the bookkeeper and the cashier is the segregation duty. If there is a sound control system, bookkeeper is separately and the cashier is separately. And bookkeeper is separately from the purchasing officer separately. These are called the segregation of duties. If each and every the transaction, each and every the work, if there is segregation duties, there should be a very good internal control system. Then more opportunity for default financial statement. Okay, therefore, please delete the chairman and CEO. There is only one segregation. One segregation is not enough. Then take
Okay,
the
sir.
variable as segregation of duties. The second one is existence of internal auditor. Okay, this is existence of internal auditor. Not only for internal existence of internal auditor, the that is called continuous evaluation or continuous check-in of the transaction. Even though auditor is there, he doesn't do anything sometimes. Okay.
Okay, sir, I can understand.
Yes, therefore internal existence of internal auditor means there is answer for yes and no. One question no.
Yes.
That one
Yes,
question
sir.
is not enough for evaluate that internal control system. Therefore, you should say internal auditor, internal check, internal audit reports. There are a lot of variable list internal auditor, that is okay. Existence, continuous audit reports, finding out the frauds or sometimes.
Okay, sir.
Okay, then the next one, more queries about management integrity arise. More queries, where is more queries? Attitude, relation, management integrity. What is that? Yes, can you explain?
Uh, when I supposed to interview 15 senior audit officers responsible for public corporation auditing and audit general department in Sri Lanka.
No. I
And
asked that still you are in the hypothesis. The first one is okay. Second one I have explained. The third one, more queries about integrity arises. Where is it in your conceptual framework? There is
yes, sir,
something
then
wrong now. Something, another one, attitudes or relationship, management, integrity. What is that?
integrity,
Is it related to the hypothesis 3?
yes, sir.
What is
Number of
management?
audit queries issues to managers,
Ah,
such kind of information.
yeah, that's not reflect no management integrity. How that integrity comes to the query, audit queries.
Yes, sir. Number of audit queries to the management.
Is it called the integrity? That's your assumption. I cannot
Yes,
understand.
sir.
That's why I asked.
They are honesty, sir.
Okay, then you have to explain this
Managers.
one, not honesty or the queries. If, I don't know. Okay, you have to develop the variables according to the third hypothesis. first and two. I cannot understand the third one. Therefore, please put some variables according to the hypothesis 3. Okay, now it is clear for this type. And dependent variable, fraud risk. How do you measure the fraud risk? Then come to the dependent variable. Then you can check this one. Pressure of incentives, this one is okay, second one is okay, third one is okay. Then come to the fraud risk. Then how do you measure the fraud risk?
High or lower risk, dependent on that variable, high or low fraud risk.
Then how do you measure? Then now this is the organization. How do you measure the fraud risk? Is there any methodology? Please tell me that. Your research proposal, not my one.
That is, I can't get the exact value, sir.
Then how do you put that into regression? Without
According
value?
to that independent variable, there is a high fraud risk or low fraud risk, sir. Like.
Now, for example, now you take one, sales growth rate. Then says
I check whether there are.
You assume that all other factors are silenced. Now you ignore this or delete that. Only you have only sales growth rate. Yes.
According to data available.
You can calculate the sales growth rate.
I check whether there is a financial pressure according to the sales growth rate.
Okay, it is clear now. So sales growth rate is high or low. You can calculate, quantify that. Yes. Now,
yes.
Okay. Now, how do you? Now you want to see the relationship. How do you see the fraud risk?
When they suffer from more pressures, they have a high risk of fraud risk, sir.
How do you know?
It's the concept,
you know?
sir.
More.
According to the fraud triangle, sir.
Total?
According to standard, there is a concept. Fraud triangle concept.
Yes.
There is a.
Yes, that concept says, but you are going to check. You are going to assess whether that the standard says this one, it is applied in the organization. Then sales growth rate is high. Now, how do you say that fraud risk is high or low? The standard says that the growth rate is high, the fraud risk also high. Then how do you measure that fraud risk? Whether it is high or not? If it is not, you can say now, but no methodology you have explained to measure the fraud risk. That's my problem. Do you understand
From the
what I
perspective
say?
of audit opinion, sir, can I?
Opinion cannot be a research. Research means you have to go to the private, you have to go to the practice and double check and come with the evidence and say these are my findings. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Opinions cannot be a research. That is opinion. Research means you find out the problem, go to the practice, get the sample and say, yes, that will happen in this industry. Okay? Now, then your problem is, my problem is how to measure the fraud risk, dependent variable. Otherwise, that you cannot prove. Everything is perfect. Now, quantify this fraud risk. Otherwise, that you have to find out. My suggestion is identify the risk, identify the frauds available in that particular organization. Okay?
Okay, sir.
Identify the risk.
Number of frauds.
Number of frauds, yes. Number of frauds.
Yes.
Number of frauds found. Then see the relationship between sales growth rate and number of frauds found. See whether that there is
Found
a
in auditor's reports, sir? Do you mean number of frauds
yes, yeah,
disclosed in
no.
auditor report?
Anyway, you have to find out the frauds found in auditing or in internal control system, in the internal auditors reports, or any just internal inquiries, management, the disciplinary actions, all are called some type of frauds. Co-op
Okay,
reports,
sir.
parliamentary discussions, all are called the frauds. Therefore, sales growth rate and the frauds, number of frauds, not fraud risk, number of frauds. Number of frauds, if number of frauds high, sales growth late, then there's a link between this and that. You proved it. You understand?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Otherwise, that you cannot do a research. Fraud risk, fraud, not fraud risk, frauds available, frauds found. Okay.
Okay,
Okay.
sir.
Adjust these things, and that will be very good research proposal. The other part is okay, very good. Everything is perfect. That's why I talk more in your weak area. Thank you.
Okay,
Adjust
sir. Thank you.
everything and resubmit. Uh, you can go to the final presentation.
Okay, sir.
Submit
Thank
it
you.
for the final presentation. Your number again, tell me that your number is number 55, am I correct?
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you.
Okay, thank you, sir.
Okay, next one. Rohita, are you ready? No, I'm trying with my mobile phone.
Yes,
But something wrong in your
yes.
mobile phone,
Are you
that's
hear
why.
me, sir? Can
Rohita,
you hear me, sir?
yeah,
Can
now
you
it's
hear me?
okay. Yeah, you can start.
Sir, can you hear me?
Yes, you can start now. Start.
Okay. Okay. My introduction is like this, sir. In the Sri Lanka, development of the domestic bond market has received high priority in the financial sector
Did you,
development
okay,
agenda.
Rohita, please wait. Did you present
Yes?
previously too?
No, sir, no, not
This
yet.
is the first time.
Yes, sir.
Okay. There is your topic is the impact of government bonds on Sri Lankan economy.
Yes, sir. Yes. My introduction is in Sri Lanka, development of domestic bond market has received high priority in the financial sector development agenda, and the bond market in Sri Lanka commenced its active operations in 1990s with the issuance of medium and long-term bonds, both by the government and the corporate sector. This process has been accelerated in line with the financial sector reforms and restructuring program implemented in the last decade. As a result, the government compelled to introduce long-term marketable and fixed income type new debt instrument in 1997 to raise funds from the domestic market to finance the government budget operation and management in the economy. My research question is whether there is the impact of government bond on Sri Lankan economy and whether there is the relationship between the government bond and microeconomy factors in Sri Lanka.
Okay, now it is clear now. The topic is clear. But problem, what is the problem?
Problem is whether there is whether there is the impact of government bond in Sri Lankan economy.
Whether there is
This my
impact on government bond in Sri Lankan economy. No,
this is my
nowadays everywhere in all Sri Lankans talk about that government bond frauds.
yes.
Then you
Yes,
have to
the reason for,
get that case into your
yes,
the
sir.
research. It is very much
Yes,
clear, no? Therefore, now
yes, sir.
there's a validity for your research. You
Presently,
just say that impact of
yes, sir.
government bond,
Yes,
everyone knows.
yes.
But the problem is not that problem.
The,
Issuing the government bond.
the selected, yes, sir. They selected this topic because of presently this is the one of the most debatable topic in Sri Lanka.
Ah.
In addition to that,
What is
on
the
the other
debatable
hand,
topic? Tell me.
the issuing of treasury bond and its impact of Sri Lankan economy.
Issuing problem. The problem is not that government bond. Issuing or collecting money
Issuing and
or
using the as a using the tool, using this tool and the stock of the bond. As per the central bank annual report, the bond value has taken the first place in the debt stock in Sri Lanka.
okay, now not only for the central bank report, you go and read and extract some COP report.
Yes,
That
sir.
is
Okay, sir.
everywhere now. You can read it. It is
Yes.
publicly available now. Therefore, read it carefully. Then you can get more information for your research. Even there is
Yes,
a
sir.
research.
Yes, sir.
Okay.
In addition,
Okay. Now you all are talking about the central bank report only. Why not? COP report is available
yes,
everywhere. You get and read and
yes,
extract
sir.
some points for your research.
Yes,
Then
sir.
there is a
Yes,
validity.
yes.
Everyone concerned about your research proposal when you present.
That's the reason. That's the reason I have selected the topic.
No,
This is
you
the
just
reason
say
mainly.
that that's the reason, but you have not cited, no? Where is the cited on COP report
Yes,
here?
yes, sir.
No,
Co-op report
silence.
and ordinance department reports.
Huh?
Yes, sir.
Where is it?
Hello.
Where is it? Did you cite that COP report into your research proposal? No, I don't think. Okay, then. Yes, start, continue. Battery low in your the phone.
Hello.
Yes, you continue.
Sir, my conceptual framework, sir, for the study data available from 1997 to 2015, which the year's starting date of some concern, the sample could be treated with and reasonable conditions in the subject area. The study intended to analyze the relationship between government bond and economic growth rate. Therefore, major variable under the model are and the economic growth rate. Therefore, basic answer is based on these two variables.
Yes, continue. Okay, I can't hear you, Rohit. Please be ready and come back again. I will give you a chance. Okay, now there are few presentations today. We'll see that they are, but still they are not online. Therefore, if you want to present, please come. I will take 10 minutes break for tea and I will come back 10 minutes time. Therefore, please ready for your presentation. Number 41, number 42. Number 42, agreed to present. Number 63, agreed to present.
Yeah, very well.
And number 33. Yeah, number 41, 42, 63, and 33. They agreed to present today. Yeah, we'll take the 10 minutes break. After the break, we'll take the presentation of those students. Thank you very much. Okay, now come back to the session. And now there are 4 students to be presented. Their proposals 41, 42, 63, and 33. Yeah, number 63, are you ready? Yes, please come forward. And number 63 is ready to present. Number 63, Veerak Kodi. Yes, okay. Yes. Yeah, okay. Islamia. No, no. No. No, no, no. Phone again and again. Yes. Ask her to come on phone.
from central bank annual report, the trade balance, and the other independent variable is the capital inflows. It takes from the financial system stability review and second data of IMF publication. There is a little mistake. Independent variable should be the financial stability. I measured it in gross domestic product. And there are three hypotheses. Hypothesis one is increasing capital flows has positive impact on the financial stability of Sri Lanka. Alternative hypothesis is increase the capital flows has negative impact on the financial stability of Sri Lanka. Second hypothesis is the increase in
Give us some signals to camera.
Increasing import has a positive impact on financial stability of Sri Lanka. Increasing import has negative impact of financial stability in Sri Lanka. Hypothesis 3 is the increase of export has positive impact on financial stability of Sri Lanka, and the alternative hypothesis is increase in export has a negative impact of financial stability of Sri Lanka. Methodology, the main variables in this study are capital flow, import rate, and export rate. The source of data used to study are the Central Bank of Sri Lanka annual report and financial system stability review and second data of IMF publication. In analyzing the data, I use quantitative analysis and using OLS method, and there is a model. According to this model, Y is the GDP, T I'll take 10-year period, 2006 to 2015. Next one is the trade balance, and next two is capital.
That's all. Okay, now, yeah, it is clear. Now, dependent variable is financial stability, not that the variable is GDP. Net balance of import and trade and capital inflows. Okay. Now it is clear now everywhere you can find that lot of research based on external sector development and financial stability. Okay, then what is the problem? You have to find out the problem in Sri Lanka, whether Sri Lanka external sector had major impact. You have to prove it by reading again the central bank report, and you read it the Sri Lanka economic report or Sri Lanka country report of the World Bank. A lot of the information are available. Country report 2016 or 15. Okay, you can continue. It's just not a problem, but you have to improve some more. That's it. Okay, thank you very much. And Kodi. Next presentation from the others still. No one is ready. $39, $41, $42. Still waiting for the 39, 41, 42, and 33. Yes, come. Camera is there. Yes. Okay, start. Okay, start.
Can I show the slides? Yeah. My topic is the impact of operating system on organizational effectiveness. Actually, here I am going to study regarding the BOC and commercial bank operating system. Uh, Here, I believe that the operating system of an organization will impact for that organization's effectiveness. So, yeah. Uh, yeah, actually, some organizations don't understand what is they don't identify. Yeah, most of the organizations, I can't see the slides. Yeah, most of the organizations are not given proper identification about the operating system regarding which they should have for their maximization of their effectiveness. Therefore, I thought that the operating system won't be identified as a problem in an organization because the organization want to identify the best operating system to achieve their maximum effectiveness. Then,
Okay, explain the conceptual framework.
yeah, here conceptual framework actually the revenue and expenses regarding the operating system, risk management, corporate governance, information system, HRM and CSR, corporate service of responsibilities. Then then operating system, that is lead to operating system. Then the dimension of that operating system, cost benefit analysis and the profitability analysis, liquidity analysis and trend analysis. From that we can see how is the impact of from the operating system. Finally, organizational effectiveness will be increased.
How do you measure that effectiveness from out of these four?
Yeah.
How do you measure that?
Yeah, actually that is I'm going to measure through trend analysis and profitability analysis, cost benefit analysis from them.
Yeah, there are four
Yeah.
measurements. Which one you select, or one you select, or four out of all four?
Out of all four, I think.
All four, how do you measure now? Cost benefit, one figure. Profitability analysis, one figure. Liquidity analysis, one figure. And trend analysis, again, one figure. Which one you take as effectiveness? That's the main problem, because that if you take the dimension variables, four variables, it is very, very difficult. If sometimes you may find cost benefit is high and profitability analysis may be low, the liquidity may be low and trend analysis may be high, then how do you measure the effectiveness, whether effectiveness is low or high? It is very difficult if you take that more than one figure for the dependent variables. If you take one, it is okay, clear. But if you take four, you may be in trouble to finalize your answer for effectiveness. Effectiveness is by taking the four, it is very difficult. Okay, reconsider that. And how do you measure what are the? There's a relationship between operating system and organization effectiveness. Okay. Banking industry. What is triangular method? How do you analyze the data?
I'm going to analyze by using that. I have not still studied that.
Then if you have not studied, don't put that SPSS as a quantitative technique. SPSS is a software. So you cannot use that SPSS. Then you say that sometimes you may say, to data analyze, I use that Microsoft package. Microsoft package is the computer system. You say SPSS is a computer system. You cannot do that manually nowadays. You should use that definitely some computer system. Therefore, you cannot say SPSS. It's like that O level students say that I use that SPSS. SPSS is a software, it's a package. There are a lot of techniques are available in the SPSS. Therefore, you have to mention which technique you use by using the SPSS. So otherwise, you may say that I use that computer for analysis. Do you believe? We cannot believe the computer. Otherwise, that you cannot do. No. Therefore, don't put the examination board will laugh to you. No. Okay. Thank you very much, and be careful for the conceptual framework. You have to rearrange. Okay. Thank you. Next one, number 42. Krishna. Yes. Where is your one? Okay. Start.
Good morning to all. I'm going to present about my research proposal. The topic is the relationship between the market capitalization and the foreign direct investment in listed shares of Colombo Stock Exchange. This is my topic. Actually, I have taken this topic because of on behalf of the investors. Nowadays, the investors confused regarding what they say, we are going to invest in which shares and the measurement, what is the techniques
Okay, continue.
techniques we have to use, like that they have confused. And then, therefore, I just would like to take one of research to regarding do the research about the market capitalization and the foreign direct investment. I just want to tell about the investors. Most in the past years, I have read so many articles. In that articles, it's saying that the investors looking on only the per share of the stocks. It is not worthwhile. Therefore, I just selected to give them some techniques to evaluate the investment decision. Therefore, I just take the market capitalization and the foreign direct investment. What is the relationship between that? And I want to just advise to investors. It is the worthwhile technique to take the market capitalization to the investment decisions. Therefore, my objective is that there are two questions. The interrelationship between the price of shares and the market capitalization on foreign direct investment. According to, if I collect all the data, I want to just show that it is not worthwhile only looking the price of share, and rather than we have to consider about the market capitalization of the stock. And second question is there any relationship between the foreign direct investment and the GDP growth? Therefore, I just selected my research design and the methodology. That is multiple multiple factor model I'm going to use. For that purpose, and my depending variables is the foreign direct investment. Independent variable, I just take the price of a share, volume of foreign trade, or value of market capitalization, interest rate, foreign exchange rate, and the GDP. All about, I'm just going to depend on the secondary data, and I'm going to use the data analysis is the multiple factor model and correlation analysis, and the whatever model is good fit to the data or not. Therefore, I'm just using the goodness of fit techniques to evaluate to my that's
Okay, now little bit confused with the topic relationship between the market capitalization and the foreign direct investment in listed shares. What do you mean by that? Is
and the market capitalization is the current per share in
your class.
investment in the investors invested, but what about the stock volume in the current stock exchange?
then
Therefore,
what is your design? The dependent variable foreign direct investment.
yeah, for indirect investment, it is independent.
You may say that market capitalization, how that foreign direct investment increase
Yeah, and
depend.
if the market capitalization increase, my assumption is should foreign direct investment also should need to increase. And is the positive relationship I am expecting, but after collecting the data, I want to just show that.
Okay. That means that if that foreign market capitalization increase, foreign direct investment increase. And what are the other factors?
Other factor is the interest rate.
Interest rate increase, that foreign direct investment increase.
Increase sometimes.
No. Your assumption is increase.
Increase.
Okay. What are the other factors?
And the foreign exchange rate. Foreign
Increase.
exchange rate also impact of
Okay.
the foreign direct investment and GDP.
Okay, now is just you have not submitted your proposal yet, but this is called the presentation slides. But therefore, please prepare your presentation, the research proposal, and submit to the relevant Dropbox. But including the citations, there are no citations at all in the introduction, and yeah, we don't expect that the slide shows for the presentations. Therefore, now this is wrong. AMM Mustafa, this is wrong. You have to follow our guidelines. Now, I don't have time to explain you how to write the citation, how to write that introduction, and everything is recorded lectures are on the line. Therefore, please read it and submit the proposal, not the slideshows. Okay? No, not today's one. Yeah, now you have to upload that final proposal to the final Dropbox. Okay, thank you very much. Okay, next one. Your number? Your number? 39. Don't submit the slide source, but you do not follow that our lecture so far. That's why that you submit the slide source. Slide source no need. We need the proposal. Okay, start.
Here I generated Parishan experience, which is related to the market area. When we are moving, it's like a problem. Second slide.
No, the main problem is that working capital management and organization profitability, you cannot take that Harishchandra Mills PhD. This is a case study. He is analyzing. This is not a research. Then you have to take that the more companies and see whether that working capital management impact on the organization profitability. But if you take the one company, we don't know whether that working capital management is good or bad in that particular company, and the profitability is good or bad in one particular company. It is not a research. This is called assessment. Assessment is not a research. This is a case study. Case study, then you are going to do that regression analysis for this one. No, ratio analysis, this is just the analysis. Analysis is different from research. Research, you have to take that sample, more companies, and compare and do with and see whether, so otherwise that you will be in trouble at the final. This is okay, but not that particular company. Delete that particular company and do, okay? And the conceptual framework. Okay, explain.
Here I want to identify what are the components of working capital management. Here I will want to do one to one, and I will to measure this component. I will calculate ratio analysis, and I will do compare trend analysis, and I will see this thing. And there I will get several.
Now, measuring tools for profitability, you use ratio analysis and ratio analysis. Am I correct? Then you cannot measure the relationship between this and that for the ratio analysis.
I will take after analyzing ratio analysis, arbitrate the compare about this.
The correlation, how do you correlate with one compare? Only one figure, no profitability, one figure, inventory management, one figure. How do you correlate? You don't know what to do with the correlator. That's why that you just write everything and submit and go and come and so. There is a one figure for profitability and one figure for inventory management. How do you see that correlation? You cannot see the correlation with one figure. You have to see at least 50, 20, 20, 50 figures and see whether that there's a correlation. You know that correlation methodology? You don't know. You know that Venn diagram. This is and this is no correlation. Just see something. This is the master level proposal. Don't forget this is not all level students the research proposal. This is a master level research proposal. You will be in trouble. Okay. You have to resubmit. But if you have time, please take that appointment next week and resubmit. Otherwise, you are not allowed to submit this proposal in the final level. You may be in trouble. Otherwise, you have to resubmit that your proposal next year. You should go to the next year and submit it. Otherwise, still you have a chance. Next week will be that last presentation date. But if you do some proposal, but at the beginning, we started that presentations the last month, February or January, and the mid of January. Then if you have submitted your first draft at the mid of January, you improved your the proposal now. But this is, you are going to submit that your first draft now. You have only 1 week to go. But I know that there are some students still they improved their proposal because that they have submitted the first draft at the beginning of January. Now after 2 months discussion, they participated, they followed that all guidelines, and they have very good proposal nowadays. Because we discuss every time, every week. But if you don't have time to discuss with me, that's the problem. Then you just come and say, now yes, this is my proposal. If you want to give mark, give me. Otherwise, I go home. No, you go home. It doesn't matter. We say bye. You go home. It doesn't matter. But this remember, there is a master level research. But later on, you may say that yes, I have submitted this proposal to the Canadian University Master of Business program. They said that I got that 50, more than 50 marks. Now, can you present this document to this is the not the master level one. It is even not like that undergraduate presented this type of proposal to the nowadays as research proposal. Therefore, if you want, please resubmit in the next week by incorporating my suggestions. Okay. Thank you very much. And those are the all proposals today, those proposal presentations today. Now we have the final date, 5th March, next week. There are few students agreed to present their draft proposal next week. Yes, I expect you all will join with us and do the good presentations. Otherwise, the final Dropbox is now available. You are not allowed to submit your final submissions even you have not presented at least one presentations. Therefore, Dropbox will close automatically to you if you have not submitted, not presented even at least one presentation. Okay, thank you very much, and we'll meet you again at the next week, the same time, morning, Sunday, and we will see that the other presentations. Thank you very much.